If you're living on a fixed income, depending on Social Security, or carefully stretching every dollar to cover groceries, medication, and rent, 2026 is not just another year on the calendar. It's a turning point. New laws are coming into effect that could directly shape how much money stays in your pocket, how much you pay at the pharmacy, and how secure your retirement really feels. And here's the truth: most people won't even realize these changes are happening until they feel the impact in their bank account. Think about your monthly routine. You check your Social Security deposit, you look at your utility bills, you budget for food, prescriptions, and maybe a little something for your grandkids. Now imagine that one small legal change shifts a payment, increases a deduction, or lowers a cost. That one change could mean the difference between comfort and stress. In 2026, lawmakers across the country are putting new policies into action. Some are designed to protect seniors, others could bring higher costs or stricter rules. But the key point is this: these laws are not just headlines, they are decisions that will reach into your daily life. Over the next few minutes, we're breaking down 10 of the most important laws and policy changes taking effect in 2026. Some could put money back in your pocket, others may require you to act quickly, and one of them could affect your healthcare costs in a way that surprises millions of retirees. So don't look away, because what happens next could shape your financial future for years to come. Prescription drug price caps. Expand. One of the biggest changes in 2026 revolves around prescription drug prices. For years, seniors have been hit hardest by rising medication costs. Some retirees have even been forced to choose between filling a prescription or buying groceries. But now, new rules are expanding limits on what seniors pay for certain medications. In 2026, more drugs will fall under negotiated pricing programs. This means the government will step in to help reduce the cost of certain high-priced medications for people on Medicare. For many retirees, this could translate into hundreds or even thousands of dollars in savings each year. Imagine opening your pharmacy receipt and seeing a lower total than you expected. For some, that moment could feel like real relief after years of rising costs. But here's the catch: not every drug will be covered right away, and not every senior will see the same level of savings. Some medications may still carry high out-of-pocket costs. Others may change tiers or coverage levels. That means you may need to review your Medicare plan more carefully than ever before. The good news is that these changes are designed to bring long-term relief. The challenge is understanding how they affect your specific prescriptions. Because in 2026, the difference between the right plan and the wrong one could cost you more than you think. Changes to retirement account rules. Another major shift in 2026 focuses on retirement accounts and how long your savings can stay untouched. Recent legislation has gradually increased the age at which required minimum distributions, known as RMDs, must begin. For many retirees, this is a quiet but powerful change. It means you may be able to leave your retirement savings growing tax-deferred for a longer period. That extra time can make a real difference, especially for people who don't need to withdraw money immediately. But here's the part many people overlook. While the starting age may be higher, the penalties for mistakes are still serious. Missing an RMD or withdrawing the wrong amount could still trigger tax consequences. And for some seniors, these changes may affect how they plan their withdrawals. Taking money out too early could increase your tax burden. Waiting too long without a strategy could do the same. In 2026, retirement planning becomes more flexible, but also more complicated, and that means your decisions matter more than ever. Social Security administrative changes. In 2026, several administrative updates to Social Security systems are expected to roll out. These aren't always headline-grabbing changes, but they can still affect how you receive and manage your benefits. Some updates are focused on modernization. That includes expanded digital payment systems, updated communication methods, and new identity verification processes. The goal is to reduce fraud and streamline payments. But for many seniors, especially those who rely on traditional banking or paper methods, these changes could feel confusing or inconvenient. If you're used to a certain routine, even a small adjustment in payment methods or verification steps could disrupt your monthly rhythm. That's why staying informed matters, because a missed notice or ignored update could delay a payment or create unnecessary stress. And for someone living on a fixed income, even a short delay can be a serious problem. In 2026, Social Security isn't disappearing, but the way you interact with it may change. Medicare. Premium adjustments. Healthcare is one of the biggest expenses for retirees, and in 2026, new rules could influence what you pay each month for Medicare coverage. Premium adjustments are expected to reflect rising healthcare costs, as well as changes tied to prescription drug reforms and insurance structures. For some seniors, premiums may increase. For others, savings from drug cost caps could help offset those increases. But the real issue is unpredictability. Many retirees build their budgets around fixed monthly expenses. When healthcare premiums change, it can throw that entire budget off balance. That's why understanding your Medicare statement in 2026 will be more important than ever. A small adjustment may not seem like much, but over a year, it could add up to hundreds of dollars. And for seniors already struggling with inflation, every dollar matters. Tax bracket adjustments for retirees. In 2026, tax bracket adjustments and rule changes could affect how much retirees owe at the end of the year. These updates are often tied to inflation and federal policy shifts. For some seniors, this may mean slightly lower tax burdens. For others, especially those with multiple income sources, like pensions, Social Security, and retirement withdrawals, it could mean moving into a higher tax bracket. The key issue is awareness. Many retirees assume their taxes will stay roughly the same year after year, but in 2026, small changes in income or deductions could lead to unexpected tax bills, and no one wants to be surprised when filing season arrives. Housing and property tax changes, housing laws, and property tax rules are also changing in several states in 2026. Some areas are introducing new relief programs for seniors, while others are adjusting property tax formulas. For homeowners, this could mean new opportunities to reduce annual tax bills. But for renters, changes in property taxes could indirectly affect rent prices. If your landlord's taxes go up, your rent may follow. And if you own your home, failing to apply for new senior relief programs could mean missing out on savings. In 2026, your housing costs may depend on whether you know about these new programs and whether you act in time. Energy and utility. Assistance updates. Energy assistance programs are also seeing changes in 2026. Some states are expanding eligibility for senior households, while others are adjusting funding formulas. This could mean more help with heating or cooling costs, but it could also mean new application deadlines or requirements. For seniors living on fixed incomes, utility bills are a major concern. A hot summer or cold winter can quickly turn into a financial emergency. That's why these program updates matter. They may not grab headlines, but they can directly affect your comfort and safety at home. Fraud protection and financial safeguards. Financial scams targeting seniors continue to rise, and in 2026, new laws are focusing on stronger fraud protections. These rules may give banks more authority to pause suspicious transactions and report potential scams. The goal is to protect seniors from losing their life savings to criminals, but these protections may also lead to temporary transaction holds or extra verification steps. That means some seniors may experience delays when moving large sums of money. While the inconvenience may be frustrating, the purpose is clear: protect your savings from disappearing overnight. The wake-up call for 2026. If you're living on Social Security, a pension, or your retirement savings, 2026 is not just another year. It's a year packed with changes that could quietly reshape your finances. These new laws are not just political headlines or complicated legal documents. They're decisions that could influence how much you pay for medicine, how much tax you owe, and how much money actually lands in your account each month. Think about your daily routine. You wake up, check your bank balance, look at your bills, and try to make your income stretch. Groceries are more expensive, utilities seem to rise every season, and healthcare costs never seem to go down. Now imagine that a new rule changes your premium, your prescription cost, or your tax bill without you even realizing it. That's exactly why this video matters, because in 2026, a series of new federal and state laws will take effect. Some could help seniors save money, others might require quick action or new decisions. And if you miss the details, the impact could show up in your wallet before you even know what happened. Many retirees assume that once they stop working, their finances become predictable. But the truth is, government policies continue to change, and those changes can ripple through Social Security, Medicare, taxes, and everyday expenses. In the next few minutes, we're breaking down 10 major laws and policy shifts coming in 2026. Each one could affect your life in a different way. Some could bring relief, others could create new challenges, and one of them might surprise millions of retirees across the country. So stay with us, because what's coming in 2026 could shape your financial future more than you think. Prescription drug, price changes. Expand. Prescription drugs have been one of the biggest financial burdens for seniors. For years, many retirees have watched their medication costs climb higher and higher, even while their incomes stayed the same. But in 2026, new laws are expanding efforts to reduce certain drug prices under Medicare. More high cost medications will be subject to negotiated pricing rules. That means the government will work to bring down the cost of specific drugs for Medicare beneficiaries. For some seniors, this could mean hundreds or even thousands of dollars saved each year. Imagine walking into the pharmacy expecting a 3-digit bill only to find the cost has dropped significantly. That moment could feel like a breath of fresh air, especially for those who rely on multiple prescriptions every month. But here's where things get complicated. Not every drug will be covered immediately. Some medications may still carry high out of pocket costs. Others could shift tiers or coverage rules depending on your plan. That means your Medicare plan choice in 2026 will matter more than ever. Two people taking the same medication could end up paying completely different amounts depending on their coverage. And if you don't review your plan carefully, you could miss out on potential savings. In 2026, the right plan could put money back in your pocket. The wrong one could cost you more than expected. Retirement account distribution changes. Retirement savings rules continue to evolve, and in 2026, those changes could affect when and how you withdraw money from your accounts. Required minimum distributions, commonly called RMDs, are the withdrawals you must take from certain retirement accounts once you reach a certain age. Recent laws have pushed that starting age higher, giving retirees more time to let their savings grow. For some seniors, this could be a major advantage. It means you may not have to withdraw money as early as previous generations did. That extra time allows your savings to continue growing tax deferred. But this flexibility also brings new decisions. If you wait too long to withdraw funds, you could end up taking larger distributions later, which may push you into a higher tax bracket. And the penalties for mistakes are still serious. Missing an RMD or calculating the wrong amount can trigger costly tax consequences. So, while 2026 offers more flexibility, it also demands more attention. The rules may seem small on paper, but they could shape how much of your retirement savings you actually keep. Social Security system updates. In 2026, several administrative updates are expected to affect how Social Security payments are processed and managed. These changes are designed to modernize the system, reduce fraud, and improve efficiency. That includes more electronic payment options, updated identity verification procedures, and expanded digital communication. For many seniors, these changes may not feel like improvements at first. If you're used to traditional systems or in-person processes, even small adjustments could feel confusing. Imagine receiving a notice that your payment method needs to be updated or that you must verify your identity in a new way. For someone living on a fixed income, that kind of change can feel stressful. And if you miss an important notice or deadline, it could lead to payment delays or complications. Even a short delay in Social Security income can create serious problems for households that depend on every dollar. That's why staying informed is essential. In 2026, Social Security isn't going away, but the way you interact with it may change. Here's the truth about 2026. These laws are not just political decisions happening far away in Washington or state capitals. They are changes that could shape your retirement, your healthcare, and your monthly budget. Some of these laws could bring relief. Others may require you to adjust your plans. But the biggest risk is not knowing they exist. Because in today's world, information is power. The people who stay informed are the ones who avoid costly surprises. They're the ones who make smarter choices about their benefits, taxes, and healthcare. So as 2026 unfolds, don't ignore these changes. Pay attention, ask questions, review your statements, and most importantly, stay connected to updates that affect your financial future, because the decisions being made today could determine how secure and comfortable your retirement feels tomorrow. And that's exactly why staying informed and staying subscribed matters more than ever.